What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We are back with another video watching JxmyHighroller. It's been a wild month in the NBA. It has been a wild month in the NBA, brother. It has been a wild month. Except for the fucking tonight, Austin Reeves selling my parlay. Anyway, we'll get into it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's go.
Steph Curry laboring, and right now his team down by 5.
But Curry been hooping though.
Got it! Troika!
Hooper didn't appreciate being tripped, and then Clay had something to say. I don't know. You didn't even play tonight.
Durant into the paint. Durant rises up. Durant scores! Kevin Durant again!
Shouting and yelling at the Kings bench. This is holding up the game right now. Put some respect on Gucci Mane's name.
Gucci Mane.
Late game killer.
Is it time to move him, start fresh, send him somewhere where he can start fresh? Is it time to turn the page on young LaMelo Ball?
We are now 1 month into the NBA season, and things are already out of control. The NBA is back, and it's better than ever.
It is good. It's a good season this year.
Today's video
Shout
is
out to
sponsored by
DraftKings,
DraftKings,
I guess.
the NBA DraftKings.
I'm done sports betting for the rest of for 2 days.
With 1 month of NBA games in the books, would it be too early for me to jump to some
big.
wildly bold conclusions on a season that just started? Absolutely. Is that gonna stop me from making some wildly bold conclusions on a season that just started? No, of course not. So here is everything that happened in month 1 of the NBA in about 10 minutes. The NBA MVP race is as deep and difficult as it's ever been. With 4 players right now playing out of their minds, we have reached the point where averaging a near 35-point triple-double will more than likely not deem you the most valuable player in the league. Instead, you may just need the greatest individual season in the history of basketball to be in the running. And even then, nothing is guaranteed. If there was ever a time to have a co-MVP in the NBA, right about now seems appropriate.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Of course, if injuries don't get in the way. After rolling out their new 65-game minimum rule a few seasons ago, the NBA was hopeful that players around the league, specifically the stars, would be motivated to play more games and load management around the league would slow down a bit. Their plan has not worked. As of right now, there are 123 players either ruled out or day-to-day across the NBA. That's over a quarter of the league's sideline after just 1 month of basketball. Turns out more rest might not be such a bad thing. And although staying healthy has proven to be difficult this season, scoring the ball has never been easier. So far this season, teams have scored at least 130 points. 75 times.
Damn.
Just a decade ago, teams crossed the 130-point threshold only 36 times over the course of the entire season. Watching the Pelicans drop 143 points in a single outing was a bit of a wake-up call, but at the rate the league is going, we should see our first 200-point game by about tomorrow. In other news, the fate of the entire NBA rests in the hands of a 36-year-old on the Clippers. Thanks to the Paul George trade that happened over 6 years ago, the Thunder own the Clippers' unprotected first-round pick, a potential lottery pick in the 2026 draft. The worse the Clippers do, the more devastating the pick becomes. The only thing stopping the Thunder from getting the pick of the litter in a draft advertised as the best class in years and swallowing the NBA whole in their reign of terror is a geriatric James Harden's ability to carry a piss-poor Clippers team. If giving up a future MVP and sparking a potential dynasty wasn't bad enough, being the sole cause of Warriors 2.0 is the icing on the cake. And in the most twisted way imaginable, James Harden is the villain who lived long enough to become the hero. Now, one of the more fun and exciting developments so far this season are the Detroit Pistons, who have won as many games through their first 16 matchups this season as they did in the entire season just 2 years ago. One of the most absurd turnarounds the NBA has ever seen, propelled by circa 2000 Kobe and Shaq. Just 2 seasons ago, the Pistons were a Cade Cunningham injury away from being the worst team ever. Fast forward to today, and Detroit has gotten out to the best start in the organization's history, and they are now real contenders to win the East and fight for a title this year. A sentence I never thought would come out of my mouth. Meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum, the Indiana Pacers are, not doing very good. a team that was 3/4 away from their first NBA championship just a few months ago, have mustered a grand total of 3 wins this season as quite possibly the worst team in the league. Oddly enough, there's hardly been any changes between this year's team and the team that made it to the finals just 5 months ago. They have dealt with some injuries, but the Pacers have one of the highest roster continuities in the NBA outside of the departure of Miles Turner and the absence of Tyrese Halliburton. And it's at this moment that I would like to remind everyone that Halliburton was voted as the most overrated player in the NBA last season. The same guy who is apparently the difference between the Pacers being a finals team and the Pacers being the worst team in the NBA. Just something to think about. After
hold on. I can tell you who the most overrated on this out of these people right here. I tell you, there's one. Well, damn, the nigga actually break that nigga Bradley Beal in their mind. Out of these people, Ja Morant for sure. Dylan Brooks is showing y'all that he not overrated, nigga. That nigga hooping.
Just something to think about. After 21 seasons in the league, Chris Paul announced he will be retiring after this season. A sad day for the basketball world, and an announcement that came eerily soon after Shai Gilgeous-Alexander invited him over for dinner and brought out his MVP trophy to put on display in the middle of their spread.
Okay, guys, that's insane. Bro, what? Whose idea was this?
Thank you for 21 fantastic seasons of hoops. Now look at this trophy you never got. After a quarter of the season, we have now seen a decent sample size of how the Denver-Brooklyn trade has turned out. And it looks like Michael the Play-Ins-Here Porter Jr. has found a home with the Nets where he can truly let it fly whenever he wants. He's averaging career numbers across the board, and many fans have came to the conclusion that the Nets won this trade. In which case, I guess the Nuggets will just have to settle for the 3rd best record in the league as legitimate title contenders. Out in Dallas, Nico Harrison was fired just 8 months after the event that shall not be mentioned. And as bad as the immediate aftermath was, the effects of Nico and his shenanigans will linger on long after his departure. The Mavericks have been one of the worst teams in the league this year, ranked 23rd on power rankings with a 5-14 record. Their best players sidelined indefinitely, and they are now, you ready for this? Gauging the market for an Anthony Davis trade. So not only did they cough up a generational talent in his early prime, but what they got in exchange has been so underwhelming that they're ready to blow it up after 14 games of Anthony Davis. The Mavericks went from the finals to what looks like it's going to be a rebuild in just 18 months. But on the bright side, the Mavericks organization said defense wins championships, and that's what they needed. And so far this season, they are ranked 3rd in the league on defense.
Really?
So, there's that. Now, one of the biggest surprises so far has been this year's rookie class. Coming out of the draft, it was Cooper Flagg who received all the hype, but it is his Duke teammate, Con Knippel, who has crashed the party and broken out as the early star of the 2025 draft class, averaging 19 and 6 a night. Flagg started out a bit slow, but is beginning to look every bit of the future cornerstone Dallas hoped he'd be. Meanwhile, the team that drafted rookie sensation Cedric Howard, my Blazers, decided to immediately trade him for, and I quote, Chinese Jokic. All of my wisecracks about other fan bases are really just internalized frustrations about my own team. At least Pelicans fans have something to smile about, with 2 rookies playing well while the rest of the franchise is lollygagging around them. And VJ Edgecombe has cooled off a bit after his very good impression of a young Michael Jordan in his first NBA game, but still looks to be a contender for Rookie of the Year this season. Now, here are the power rankings through Week 5 and the change in rankings from the preseason. The Thunder and Nuggets sit comfortably at the top as the 2 best teams in the league, with the Rockets, 18. Pistons, and Cavaliers trailing them as title contenders. The Phoenix Suns have rocketed up the rankings from near the bottom of the NBA at 25 in the preseason all the way up to 7th in the most recent power ranking. The Raptors' 8-game win streak jumped them up into the top 10, and the complete reinvention of the Heat's offense has propelled them up 10 spots in just the first month of the season. On the other end of the spectrum are the Clippers, who have fallen from the 6th spot all the way to 21, as the basketball world clings onto the hope that they will turn it around. The Grizzlies have fallen 6 spots as Ja Morant continues to be fine in the West. The Mavericks are still learning the value of Luka Doncic, and the Wizards, well, they're the Wizards. And finally, here are our criminally early NBA season awards, which I really shouldn't do, but I'm going to. and no one can stop me. Based off
Well,
of the
Shea,
first month of the season,
Luka.
here are the all-NBA teams so far. First team is Maxey, Luka, Giannis, Jokic, and Shea. Second team is Harden, Wemby, Steph, Cade, and Mitchell. And third team is Markkanen, Randall, Şengün, Jalen Johnson, and Jalen Duren. Tyrese Maxey, who's playing out of his mind early this season, could potentially join the
Randall
four
kinda fell
horsemen
off.
of NBA first team.
Randall kind of fell off, but I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at these. I'm not mad at that. The first team is legit. Giannis, he been out, so you could probably replace Giannis with I don't know, Cade or something. I don't know if y'all try to put this positionless. Yeah, replace it with Cade. Put Giannis on like the second team. But Giannis still hooping though, so Jalen Johnson been hooping as well. I ain't gonna cap with him. Julius Randle, I think he kind of fell off a little bit. But go.
If Wemby can come back healthy and in time, he will make his first All-NBA team, along with James Harden, who is spiritually and physically still in 2019. And third team features a handful of new faces in Şengün, Johnson, and Duren. At the moment, the MVP is Nikola Jokic. The Rookie of the Year is somehow a 6'8" forward from Duke, not named Cooper Flag. The scoring leader is Luka Doncic, averaging over 35 points a night. And I don't care if he doesn't play another game this season, the Defensive Player of the Year is Victor Wembanyama. Now, for Most Improved Player, there's a handful of guys who have a case for this award up to this point. Jalen Duren, Jalen Johnson, Denny Advia, Keontae George, but I'm gonna give it to Ryan Rollins, who has tripled his production since last season and has been balling out this season. And lastly, the best team through month one is easily the OKC Thunder. They are very casually dismantling teams. They have the second best record in league history through the first month of the season, and they aren't even healthy yet. This team is floating head and shoulders above the league, and as of right now, they are the easy favorites as champions this season. And that was everything that happened in month one of the NBA season in about 10 minutes. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
Yes, sir. Shout out to JxmyHighroller, man, for this video, man. This is fire. Yeah, the first month of the NBA has been very great, man. Very exciting, man. Forget Austin Reeves, but like it's just a great video. The Thunder's crazy. Jokic playing out his mind, like who else playing out his mind? Freaking Cade. I like that Detroit team. That Detroit team looks pretty good this year, man. And damn, there's so much going on in this NBA, bro. I don't even know, bro. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time, man. Oh, and I'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.